I've been thinking lately about my dad. And growing up, he had many different sayings. But lately, I've been thinking about one in particular that he used to always say to me when I would do something wrong and I needed correction, right? He would always say, "Son, the humblest calf sucks the most milk." Now, I never fully understood that saying and never fully understood what it truly meant. And I regret that I never really delved into it deep enough to ask him, what the real meaning of that was. I was not at the maturity level, I guess, at that time to even care. But hindsight, is such a powerful thing. I think back and just wishing my dad was here for many, many reasons. Just to have those old conversations that we used to have and to get the wisdom that he poured into me, to get it again, but to really take it serious so that I can hide it deep in my heart. But nevertheless, that saying, that expression that he gave me, the humblest calf sucks the most milk, I never forgot that humble part, that humility. My dad was one of the most humblest people that I ever knew. Never raised his voice. He never raised the belt to me. His way of disciplining me was to sit me down and give me an hour-long lecture, when in fact I would much rather had just got a spanking and went outside and played. Cried a little bit, shrugged it off, and went out and played football with my friends or whatever. But nope, sit me down and said, "Son," and just give me this long speech about the rights and wrongs of what I was doing. And man, he's had such an impression. He's made such an impression on me. But anyway, fast forward to now, 2023. I think about my journey in recovery from where I came from to now, and how even though I didn't understand what that saying truly meant, I do, however, remember the word humble, and how I've always tried to be a humble person throughout my life. And I think about humility and how essential that virtue is, right? And how it plays, or it has played, a pivotal part in my process in recovery. And I think when people grapple with the challenges of addiction, whatever that addiction may be, struggling with alcohol or drug, gambling, sex, whatever it is, humility encourages us to recognize that we're not immune to the challenges that we're facing. And humility allows us to break down the walls of denial that, often accompanies people like me, or people that are trying to overcome, struggles of abuse. When we're first new into the process of recovery, we struggle with denial, But when you come into that process of recovery as a humble person, it's such a powerful catalyst for personal growth, because it allows us to, as individuals, to confront our issues, to confront them head on. And, humility, it helps us to be open and to seek help from others, support from other people. It helps us to set aside our pride and things like that. It makes us more receptive to guidance. I remember when I came to Erie from New Jersey, I came here ready to go. I was fed up with how I lived, and I was really eager to change my life. So I was very humble in terms of listening to the lessons that was provided to me. And I believe that humility truly opened the doors for God to work miracles in my life. The process, it's not easy for sure. But when you approach the process of recovery with a humble heart, you know, it makes it so much more rewarding, and it helps you basically acknowledge yourself. You know, it's an inward journey, right? It's an inward journey, and it helps you acknowledge all the issues that we deal with internally, the self-esteem, the lack of confidence, all those things. The humility helps us fully address those honestly and open-mindedly. So my point in all of this is basically to just spread the truth, to share with others, that to be humble, to be empathetic towards others, to seek to love and help the next person. You know, when a person's down, don't kick them and keep them down, but, you know, extend a hand of fellowship or friendship to help them up, you know, and show them that, hey, just being humble, you too can overcome. I'm so grateful for the Erie City Mission and all the staff. I love you all. And remember to keep shining.